Also incredible. A guy is a top producer per the Wall Street Journal here in San Diego. He's a specialist on the East County marketplace, but he's got a team that covers all of San Diego. Hosts his own radio show on 1170 AM KCBQ, 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. We call them Whistle Wednesdays. Here to just enlighten us to some of the things that happen if you're getting into buying investment properties, being a landlord, the eviction process. Here in studio, the man himself, Kyle Whistle. Kyle, good to have you here.
Craig, thanks for having me, buddy.
So you got Daniel Marshall, who's an eviction attorney. I overheard during the break he's done over 3,000 evictions. I bet you got some good stories, Daniel.
3,000. We were talking about his Yelp page and the fact that he's had a few negative reviews on there. And having been through thousands of evictions, that's pretty impressive to only have a handful.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense to have a Yelp page if you're doing evictions, but good for you for only having a few. So help us. What do we need to know?
So Daniel Marshall, I wanted to bring him on here today. This guy has been an eviction attorney in San Diego 21 years now, handled thousands and thousands of eviction cases all over San Diego County, South Bay, Central, and North County. One of the top guys. We love sending our clients over to him here at Whistle Realty. So Daniel Marshall, thanks so much for coming in the studio.
Well, good morning.
So what's going on with evictions in San Diego?
Well, it's shifting. I mean, I got into this game really through post-foreclosure evictions. Obviously, those are slowing down. But basically, you know, the economy really needs to pick up more. There's a lot of people being evicted. There's a lot of shift in ownership. And that's the key right there, is whenever there's a change in relationship, you get new landlords, you get new purchasers as the economy goes up. They want to change. They want to clean out the apartment, clean out the house. And basically, that's when they want to evict somebody. And it isn't always necessarily based upon a rent-based eviction.
Okay.
Sometimes they just want a clean house.
Okay. So one of the things I've seen a lot in our industry in the real estate side is a lot of developers coming in, buying up mobile home parks, and eventually wanting to evict all of the tenants in those parks and do some sort of redevelopment. So there's a big story that's been in the news recently, the De Anza Cove development, which is right out there, prime real estate, right in the heart of Mission Bay. And they've been fighting for years and years. I think they're at 11 years of battling now. And they finally have reached an agreement. I think they're spending $29 million to get all these people off of that property. But I know we talked about this a little bit, and you mentioned even though that agreement's been reached, that doesn't necessarily mean these people are going to leave.
Not at all, and it's been going on a long time. And basically what mobile home residency law is the strictest. I mean, all of eviction law, statutory, strict statutory. But mobile home residency law is the strictest, and the reason why is the legislature felt that basically these people, the owners, were being taken advantage of, you know, years ago, decades ago. And so there's extra notice requirements, and in this particular case, that's exactly what the city of San Diego got in trouble with. They failed to basically give proper notice. And that's the key to starting an eviction. So
talk a little bit more about those notices. I know a lot of landlords make mistakes when it comes to what notices to give, when to give them. What advice do you have for our viewers?
Well, you know, the key thing about the law, due process, is notice and an opportunity to be heard. So they have to get notice of one thing, basically. Hey, you either have a contract with me, I'm the owner, you have a contract, and you've breached the agreement. The other one basically is simpler, which is I really don't want this individual anymore for whatever reason. De Anza is an interesting choice because that's a change of use eviction. They basically wanted to change that mobile home park into a different situation. I think some people wanted to stay marshlands or become marshlands. Other people, hotels. There are restrictions for that. And other people basically want just more of an RV, you know, cleaner type situation. But it's all kind of the similar, and that's just stricter. But you can do a 30-day or 60-day depending on how long the individual has been on the premises.
So how do you decide which is the right notice to give, 30 or 60?
Well, for 60 days, it's 1 year or more.
Okay.
Okay. For 30 days, it's less than 1 year.
Okay.
Now, the city of San Diego has a municipal code called a just cause eviction. So if you're in the city of San Diego and it's been more than 2 years, you have to do a just cause. And that generally, there's 9 categories, but basically most people are doing it because they're taking it off the market.
Gotcha.
They want to renovate it to their position, they take it off the market. As long as you're dealing with a single unit, kind of one structure, you're okay. Otherwise,
awesome.
You're kind of forced into a change of use, which is a little more difficult.
Okay. Well, if somebody wants to connect with you, where should they visit your website?
It's San Diego Eviction Attorneys.com and Marshall Law Evictions. is
Awesome.
my moniker.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Daniel.
All right.
We're going to go ahead and kick it back over to Craig.